This week, we talk about all the fun information that came out of New York Comic Con 2025 about Daredevil Born Again, Spider Man Brand New Day, Vision Quest, and more. We talk about that amazing Peacemaker Season 2 finale and how it sets up future events to come in the new DC universe. We talk about a new Jar Jar Binks, Keller, and Bach team up comic book coming down the pipe, and a whole lot more. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger!
That's the emergency alert.
This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And this week we're back to talk about all the really fun stuff happening out there in the pop culture universe. And man, there's a lot of cool stuff this week. But before we jump into that, Taylor, what have you been nerding out about this week, man?
This week I've been nerding out about Crown Jewel. It was Saturday morning and it wound up being really great. So I can't wait to talk about it.
Oh, that's awesome. I am nerding out about old anime. I think a little while back I mentioned that we kind of accidentally started watching Inuyasha, and we're already
Oh,
on,
yeah.
yeah, we're already on season 6, and I'm just loving it so much. It's so fun, so good. And I don't know, it's one of those anime where there's a lot of episodes, but it's not really feeling like it's a lot of filler episodes. Each episode moves the story along, and I'm really glad about that.
Right on.
Well, hey, let's go ahead and jump into the news for this week. Over with Marvel, there's quite a bit actually. We know that Daredevil Born Again season 2 is coming, and there's a lot that came out of New York Comic Con for that show. Did you already know that Matthew Lillard is going to be showing up in season 2?
You know what? I think I remember hearing about it, but I think that's about it.
They haven't really said who he is. It sounds like he's some kind of legal worker, just a normal dude, not necessarily a comic character. But out of NYCC, they're saying that his character will be just as much of an antagonist towards Wilson Fisk as Daredevil. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
And then the actor Eldon Henson, who plays Foggy, they announced that that actor will be in this season. So does that mean he's not really dead? Does that mean there's a lot of flashbacks? They didn't mention any of that, but he's going to show up. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that'll be great. I miss him.
And then when Charlie Cox came out on stage, just very shortly after, Kristen Ritter came out on stage to announce that Jessica Jones will, in fact, be in season 2 of
That's
Daredevil Born
awesome.
Again. Yeah, that's so cool. And for anyone who's super curious, the trailer has not been officially released, but people with, really crappy phone camera quality videos have leaked it. So if you're dying to see it, it's out there.
Okay.
The final thing with Daredevil is that they just announced that Daredevil Born Again Season 2 and Spider-Man Brand New Day are going to be heavily connected. So they did not say how or why, just that those two things are going to be connected with one another, which makes sense when we know that Punisher is going to show up in Spider-Man and all this stuff. They're both New York street level heroes, but they've kind of made it official. Those things are going to be connected. So that's kind of cool too.
That's amazing.
Over with Avengers Doomsday information, they just said that Spider-Man will be a part of Avengers Doomsday, but it will not be Tom Holland. So I wonder who we're going to get. Toby, Andrew, someone else altogether? We'll see.
That's weird.
That is kind of weird. So also speaking of Avengers Doomsday, this one was kind of a cool one. They said that in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, Lou Ferrigno is going to show up playing the character called Master Hulk.
Oh, like Maestro.
Probably. That's kind of cool too, if that's true.
It is cool.
And let's see, another big one they've been kind of teasing us with. I don't know if this is true or not, but it's kind of in the rumor mill. But when we do get that Midnight Suns thing, Morbius is supposed to be in it, but it sounds like the MCU's Morbius might be being played by David Dastmalchian.
Okay, I can see that.
I could totally see that. So that works for me. I love that guy. Oh, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We know that season 2 is coming up pretty soon, and it sounds like the main villain of season 2 is going to be Venom, which if you remember how season 1 ended, that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to be getting some Venom in that show, which is kind of cool. Oh, we know that this whole Doomsday Secret Wars thing is going to lead to a soft reboot of the MCU. Marvel has announced officially that their first MCU X-Men movie will release summer 2028. So we're a little ways off from that, but it's going to come out of all these Avengers movies we're getting. So that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Oh, we also know that we're getting Vision Quest pretty soon, and Marvel announced that we're gonna think of the whole WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and Vision Quest. Think of it like a trilogy. All three of those things are gonna tie together, and then Vision Quest will be the finale of the trilogy, which makes sense. And then a few other things about that show. This all came out of New York Comic Con as well. But Wong and Agatha are going to show up in Vision Quest, which is cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love Wong.
Oh, yeah. And their son, Tommy, is also going to show up. They just cast him. I'm going to mess up the name really badly. Forgive my pronunciation, but it looks like Ruarid Malika. He will be playing Tommy, their speedster son. So that's kind of cool that he's going to be included as well.
I would assume he would be.
It makes sense, especially the way Agatha ended and knowing that this is sort of supposed to conclude it like a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
They said at New York Comic Con that White Vision will still have all of Vision's memories, but not his emotions. So there's going to be a whole struggle there with that. And
Okay.
there's going to be human versions somehow of multiple characters like Ultron, Friday, Edith, Jarvis, and Dummy. And the big news that came out of New York Comic Con is that James Spader will actually be playing the human form of Ultron. So that's kind of
Okay.
cool. When they're saying human form, I wonder if they mean bodies like Vision had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
And last week, did you have a chance to see the first trailer for the Wonder Man series?
I didn't know it came out.
Yeah, it just came out maybe 4 or 5 days ago at this point, and it's definitely a teaser. It's not a huge trailer, but it looks kind of fun.
I would assume it would be. That was a fun book.
Only a couple more things here with Marvel. They did a trailer for X-Men 97 Season 2 at New York Comic Con. And just like Daredevil Season 2, it has not been released. But people with some, low quality phone videos have leaked it online. So if people want to see it, you can go see it. And in the world of Marvel Comics, the Ultimate Universe, they've announced, is finally coming to an end after 25 years. And it's going to wrap up with this book called Ultimate Endgame. And I've been reading these Ultimate books, specifically Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2. It is so good, and I cannot wait to see how they wrap it up. And I'm a little sad because it's so good, but on the other hand, I'm anxious to see how good of a story this is going to be.
Yeah, I wonder what they do. I wonder if they bring any of the characters back over or no.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, over with DC, Peacemaker just had its big season 2 finale, and man, oh man, it was crazy. We'll talk a little more deeper about it in the future because Taylor hasn't quite seen it yet, but I do gotta talk about a couple of things. One was the scene where all the people are going through all the portal doors, all the Argus people, and they're looking at all these alternate dimensions and everything. I read an article, and it was actually from James Gunn, that there was a discussion about one of those portals being opened up, and there stands Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, and he says something funny and quippy, and then they close the door. But he said it just legally and how many hoops they would have had to jump through, it just didn't work out. But how funny would that have been?
It would have been funny.
But anyway, long story short, it ends all happy, but there's still like 15 minutes left in the episode. And Economos and Harcourt and even a few others, they all quit Argus and create their own institution, their own place. And when they walk out of the building, the big sign on the top of the building says checkmate.
Oh,
And it was super cool, especially for comic fans who knows all about Checkmate, which makes sense because most of these characters have all been members of Checkmate at one point or another. Anyway, there's a little bit of time left. The Argus people find this, by all means, beautiful looking, paradise looking, free of any living people dimension, and they nickname it Salvation. And at the very end, Rick Flag's people put a bag over Peacemaker's head, kidnap him, get back to their headquarters, and throw him in that dimension and lock the door behind him. And Rick Flag, is like, this is for my son or whatever. So Did you ever read the comic Salvation Run, that story arc?
No, I didn't.
So this is around one of the crisis events, and James Gunn said it's not going to be that storyline, but it's going to be the concept of having sort of a prison dimension. But yeah, they pulled in Salvation, they locked away Peacemaker, the season ends, and of course, he's not going to be there forever. There's going to be a way to get him out, but it ended with Salvation being a thing and Checkmate being a thing, and I thought that was really cool.
That is really cool.
James Gunn did say that the finale immediately sets up Creature Commandos Season 2 and Lanterns Season 1 and the Man of Tomorrow movie. So the ending events of this episode is going to play heavily into those other three projects. So I'm super excited to see how that ties together.
Yeah, especially the Lantern one. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and that's the next thing that's going to be released with DC. That comes out early 2026. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be awesome. With DC, there's been all kinds of rumors. Who's going to be the new Batman? Who's going to play Batman in the Brave and the Bold movie and all this stuff? Well, the big rumor right now is that the actor Jonathan Bailey might be the DCU's Batman. For people who don't know who that is, he was Fiero in Wicked. He was recently that archaeologist in the latest Jurassic World movie. The guy's a fantastic actor. I don't know if I initially see him as Batman if this becomes true, but hey, if James Gunn has faith in him and if this winds up being true, I guess we'll see how it goes. Some less rumor news over with The Batman Part 2, the Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson movie. It sounds like Deathstroke is going to be the villain in this movie.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be kind of cool.
It will be neat to see him prominently.
They also announced that there's going to be a multi-part animated movie of the storyline Batman Nightfall. Do you remember that story with Bane and everything?
Yeah.
It sounds like
Breaks his back.
Yep. It sounds like we're getting a 2 or 3 part animated movie of that story, and I'm down to watch it. They've been doing awesome with those animated movies.
They have been. I'm wondering if is Nightfall going to be a part of the DCU or is it going to be its own thing?
I think this will be its own thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
They also just released on video something called Aztec Batman. It's an Elseworlds where way back with, you got the Mayan people and people trying to conquer the new world and all this stuff. It's basically the Batman story, but adapted to people of that time period. There's this man who's the tribal leader and he gets murdered right in front of his son. And his son's like a young teenager, but by the end of the movie, he's grown up and he fought with these warriors and they have this bat deity that they worship. And he kind of takes on that persona. And honestly, it was real quick. It was less than an hour and a half. But again, it was pretty good because DC is doing pretty awesome with these animated movies.
It's very cool.
Over with Star Wars, they just announced that Ahsoka Season 2 has finished filming. So that's going to be here before we know it. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, so back in the day, we had the actor Ahmed Best playing Jar Jar Binks. He got a lot of crap in the real world. People were kind of, Star Wars fans were Star Wars fanning, if you get what I'm saying. Made the guy feel like, crap. And from everything I've read, it sounds like he was on the brink of just some self-harm based on how he was treated. But he got through all that and everything. And last season on The Mandalorian, or maybe 2 seasons ago, he got to come back and he played the Jedi Knight Kelleran Bach, who actually saved Grogu. So that was like his redeeming moment, which was really cool. But fast forward to now, Marvel just announced there's going to be a Jar Jar Binks comic book. And the book is going to have Jar Jar and the Jedi Knight Kelleran Bach team up together. And the actor Ahmed Best is the co-writer of this comic. And that's coming out in just a few months. And I think that's going to be
That's
super
fun.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Let's see. Elsewhere, out there in the pop culture universe, again, over with New York Comic Con, we just got some Invincible Season 4 news. It's going to be here in 2026, and every episode is going to be between 90 and 120 minutes. So it's going to have some long episodes.
That's good.
Stranger Things Season 5, it is going to be here in about a month, finally. All these kids are going to be, ancient with mortgages and everything, but it's going to be split into 3 parts. First
Yeah,
part.
they're all like long movie style episodes.
It's going to have 8 total episodes with a few of them on November 26th, a few of them on Christmas Day, December 25th, and then the big finale on New Year's Eve, December 31st. And each episode of those are going to be at least an hour long as well. So that's pretty sweet.
That is sweet.
Oh, Dexter Resurrection. There was some news of that at New York Comic Con. Season 2 of Dexter Resurrection is officially greenlit, so that's pretty cool. Oh, do you remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie? That's a pretty fun movie. Well, they just announced that there's a new SpongeBob movie coming out in December, and along with that SpongeBob movie, at the beginning is going to be a short called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Chrome Alone 2 Lost in New Jersey, and it's going to come out with the SpongeBob movie.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'll be fun. They made a series, a follow-up series to that movie on Paramount Plus, and I have yet to watch it. I need to go watch it.
I hope they eventually make a sequel of it.
Oh man, me too. For fans of Toy Story, we know that Toy Story 5 is coming. This is the franchise that never ends. But they announced that Toy Story 5 will be a Jessie-focused movie. So for fans of your favorite little cowgirl, you get to see some of her story.
I am not. I'll just be honest. I kind of find her grating, but
Oh
that's just
man,
me.
that's funny. Oh, do you remember the movie Clue from back in the 80s, I think?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like there is a scripted Clue TV series in the works, so that'll be pretty fun. That was a fun movie.
Yeah, that movie is amazing.
Oh, for fans of the movie Prey from the Predator franchise, which I know we both are, they are bringing that movie to cinemas. I think it said it's somewhere between Christmas and Thanksgiving. They're bringing that movie to the theater. So for fans of that movie, you can go see it on the big screen. That'll be kind of fun.
That would be cool.
Oh, it was also just announced that Sigourney Weaver will be coming back to the Alien franchise. Now, it didn't say flashbacks, it didn't say maybe a new mech portrayed to look like her. It didn't say any of that. It just said that she's coming back to the franchise. So that'd be kind of cool too.
Hmm.
For fans of the Minecraft movie, they just announced that the Minecraft movie 2 will be here in 2027. Oh, do you remember the Scary Movie franchise? They parodied
Yeah,
horror
yeah.
movies back in the day. Well, they just announced Scary Movie 6 is on the way. And in the article that I was reading, the Wayans brothers, the guys in charge of those movies, said they're not worried about offending anybody in this movie. They're going to taking all the gloves off. So that makes me want to see it even more.
Uh-huh, me too.
And let's see, any video game or wrestling news for the week?
I have some wrestling news for sure, since last Saturday was Crown Jewel. So Seth Rollins and Stephanie Vakir, the 2025 Crown Jewel winners.
Nice.
So with Seth Rollins being the male and Stephanie being the female, Rollins defeated Cody Rhodes for the men's Crown Jewel championship, and Vakir defeated Tiffany Stratton to win the women's Crown Jewel championship. Other notable results include John Cena defeating AJ Styles, which that was the best match maybe of the whole year. They would do other wrestlers finishing moves on each other. Basically, John did all these different wrestlers throughout the years that he beat or that he fought against multiple times and did their moves.
That's
There was
awesome.
there was a moment where he did Bray Wyatt, who's dead, and he did his finishing moves, Sister Abigail. And after the move, him and AJ Styles are like both on the mat still. And you look up, and all the phones have their lights on, and they're going back and forth so it looks like fireflies. And that's what they used to do when Bray Wyatt would walk out. And the fans just like did it spontaneously, like it wasn't like planned or anything. And you could see John Cena look up into the sky, and he had like the biggest smile on his face. And that was really emotional for like
Yeah.
me and like a lot of people. It was just one of those things like, man, it sucks that guy died.
Yeah.
But past that, he defeated AJ Styles, and both of them had this big hug, and they both raised each other's hands up. And then AJ Styles, 2026 will be his retirement year. Bronson Reed defeated Roman Reigns in an Australian street fight, despite his family interacting. And the big news for this week is that it looks like The Vision, which is Seth Rollins' big group who've kind of been taking over everything, looks like there's a little bit of a schism between him and Braun Breaker. So we'll see how that turns out. That happened Monday. So yeah, SmackDown's going to be interesting on Friday.
Nice. Yeah, hearing you say that John Cena used all those finishing moves, I don't know why it popped in my head. It was like when you play the old school Mega Man games, every time you beat the bad guys, you would just attain their abilities. So I'm picturing him as Mega Man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it basically was that, just him honoring all these people who he's had amazing matches with through the years. He only has 4 more appearances left before he's done. So he has like 2 Raws, a Saturday night main event, and then Survivor War Games. So it's before his last one. So it's watch him while you can, enjoy it while you can. So
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. There's a lot of fun stuff going on out there, you guys. And before the end of the year, I guess I can't think of a ton of movies for before the end of the year, other than, for musical nerds like me, we got Wicked Part 2 coming in less than a month. I'm super pumped about that. And oh, something else I forgot to mention, for fans of Star Trek, they released the trailer for Starfleet Academy, which takes place in the Discovery era, but they're bringing back all kinds of old characters, like the holographic doctor from Star Star Trek Voyager. He's going to be one of the teachers because, I mean, he's a hologram. So, of course, 800 years later, he's still around.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of cool stuff coming soon. And I know video game wise, I just remembered this week, the new Pokemon Legends comes out for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. And I'm super happy they're putting it on both, not just the Switch 2, so I can actually play it.
Yeah, well, right now they're having troubles with Switch 2 games.
Yeah.
It's because it's so expensive. Basically, Nintendo is just like, we're still making the Switch 1 games.
Yeah.
They're not doing what you usually do with. I think because there wasn't a lot of build up to the Switch 2, I think they're having issues with people switching over.
Yeah, that plus the financial burden that has been put upon all of us, and I'll just leave it
Yeah.
at that.
I mean, I think Switch 2 games are up to like $80 now.
Yeah, $80. It's crazy. But my son is super looking forward to that one, and I'm looking forward to it. If it's anything like the last couple of Pokemon games, the Pokemon Legends Arceus game and then the Pokemon Violet game, those were super cool. It was that same concept, but in an open world style, and it just made the game so fun, I thought. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff to read and watch and play coming soon. So you guys need to get out there and find it all, do it all, and, hit us back up. Tell us what you're thinking of all these things and have fun. But hey, as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week, guys. Same Taylor time, same Taylor channel.
Bye.
Bye.